Good morning, SC viewers. This is satellite media. Let us look at the very serious issue in Nigeria and talking about insecurity. And I think the constitution is very clear about the importance of security of lives and property because it's one of the cardinal areas of governance. The constitution says it shall be the primary purpose of governance. We have seen a serious issue from Benue, to be specific, where bandits seem to be reigning supreme. And I think this is a serious concern for all the stakeholders, all the government at different levels, both at the federal level, at the state level, and at the local government level. And this, of course, will lead us into the need to rejig our current security architecture such that let different levels of government, the state level and local government, have a role to play when it comes to security management. And this takes me to what we have here. He said the critical committee chairman of Ukum local government area, Victor Loza, has confirmed bandits imposition of 20 million on residents of local Katsina, that is local Katsina, Alia, and Ukum council areas. It was reported that bandits levied the 20 million naira as monthly tax to be paid by all the households in the area. Addressing newsmen, Loza said it is true that armed bandits are taxing the people and are demanding 20 million. He disclosed that a bandit leader, popularly known as Full Fire, connived with herdsmen to attack people of the area. According to Loza, I have reported the matter to the police and to the State Security Council. So what we are looking at here is a very serious issue, a situation where bandits are already imposing tax on communities in Benue State. Let me say that personally, I had interaction with someone from Benue, which I will play now. Then, having watched it, we'll come back to continue this conversation. In that conversation, the man told me that his families are virtually in IDP camp and that they have been in IDP camp for over 8 years running. So let me allow you to watch the video. We'll come back to continue this conversation.
This is Nigeria News Center. You are Mr. Godwin Anawa from Benue State. Okay, we are looking at the quick notice given to the Fulani. As someone from Benue State have experienced serious level of insecurity occasioned by excess of Fulani herdsmen. Let us get a perspective.
Put me in my compound, they have put it at first. They take over everything. If you go there, they are the people that dominate everywhere. You cannot go to farm for good 8 years. We are in the refugees camp in our own village. We go to Anyi, you see refugees camp. People are not going to their farm. Children are not being trained. Wells are there. They are not working. Nothing like that. So tell me, we are the food basket of the nation. Tell me how can food will not be cost? We are not producing anything. We are rather buying upside down. As I'm here, I always send a bag of rice, bag of gari, yam, all this. I have to buy from here to my village where I used to go and carry from here to come and consume in Lagos. So when the past government bring his own cattle from Niger and from Somalia, Chad, we brought them here. He now begins to dominate, and he said they should take over Benue land because there's water there. There's a good fertile land, so they will eat and go and drink the Benue. So now we are nobody. We are nowhere.
If I may ask, sir, do you want to report to state government? I mean your state government.
With our past governor, Otom, fight with President Buhari, it will become an issue every day. It will become an issue every day. He has a physical battle. But there's no way you can help it because Fulani people have settled in this nearby state, Nasarawa state. They will try to leave, go and destroy our people, come back to Nasarawa state. So for we don't have access to even pursue them. There's no way we can find them.
Okay, now, what is the people doing in terms of making security arrangement like vigilante group?
So that is why we are looking for We need our leaders to give us arm. They allow us to our youth to come out. Let us also be armed because the past government have armed them. They are using AK-47. Any funny man that you see that you are holding stick before, they are now with AK-47 in the bush. Are they going to kill animal? Who are they going to kill? Now human being that is they are destroying your farm. If you come, they will shoot you down.
Okay, let us look at this current government led by Senator Amebola Tinubu. He recently came up with the issue of state police, and there's conversation around it currently where they are waiting for state buy-in to see whether we should have state police. Is this something you should encourage?
Very, very important, sir. We need that state police. We need vigilantes. We need, yes, we need it. It's very, very good. Very, very good idea.
Okay, now you are welcome back. Having watched the video, you can clearly have a sense of what we are talking here. A situation where this man is lamenting that he buy food stuff from Lagos and sent to Benue State. I'm talking about Benue that is supposed to be the basket food of the nation. Someone buying rice, gari, yam, name it, and send it to the village. So for me, I think this takes us to the issue of how we can rejig our security architecture. Record that this current government made a bold move, a good one for that matter, recently, when they talk of having state police. And it's on this note I want to encourage the government of this Senator Amebola Tinubu to see to the issue of state police. Because from what we are seeing, I think that is the panacea to solving this issue. I know the worry and fear of federal government that if you allow state police and that people should bear arm at that level, it may be abused. I think it's a genuine fear because we have seen state government or at the state level abusing the power to conduct election at the state level. Because we have seen a situation where in Nigeria currently, since the state chairman, since the governors had the power, the liberty to establish state electoral body, we have seen a situation where it has been abused. In some states, for 4 years, 8 years, they will not conduct local government election. So I think federal government have a genuine fear. But I think in coming up with state police, I think there should be some arrangement to forestall abuse. And one of such arrangements should be that the nature or the manner through which this security arrangement will be should be supervised, monitored directly, perhaps from the office of the National Security Advisor, who obviously have the power, the right to give out end-user certificate that empowers people to bear arms. Because we say because of the fear of abuse, we will not likely give it a chance. Definitely, Nigerians will be dying their number. So this is like an appeal, though I agree with school of thought that says that if you give out that power to the state level, the local government level, it will be abused. I totally agree that we are likely going to see some level of abuse. But if we do it in such a way that the training comes from perhaps the office of the National Security Advisor, the underbearing is directly monitored from the office of the National Security Advisor, the way they are being disciplined, and the way anyone could be recalled as maybe dismissed should be somehow tied to the office of the National Security Advisor to forestall possible abuse. You cannot take away entirely abuse, but I think we can minimize it if we look inward and see how we can manage it. And say it particularly because if you look at Nigeria generally, you agree with me that this issue of insecurity is the major reason we are seeing serious level of food inflation. A situation where farmers can no longer go to farm, and just using Benue as a case study. What I'm saying is happening in almost every part of the south part of the country. I will take you to Delta State, which I'm very familiar of. I'm talking about Ika South and Ika Northeast part of Delta State, where Fulani herders are raining havoc. So you can clearly see that what we have in the north, in the middle belt, is already coming to the southern part of the country. And if it's not quickly addressed, no one can understand the level of insecurity we may be contending with in the near future. So it is on this angle, it's at this point I'm appealing particularly to Mr. President himself, to see the possibility of giving state police a chance, because security of lives and property is very important. If you look at the rate at which our supposed foreign investors are leaving the country, and the ones that are supposed to be coming are not coming, I think it's tied to the level of insecurity we are seeing, because no foreign investor want to bring his money into an environment, into an economy where you cannot guarantee your investment because of insecurity. We have the issue of kidnapping going on in different parts of the country, and this is equally tied to issue of headers. And I think the government at a point should look at how to solve the problem of headers host communities crisis. People have profiled ranching as a panacea, yes, but for me, even if you are doing ranching, the problem we have at this point is the header themselves already made host communities to lose that confidence, that trust in them. There's already a breach of trust, so that no community, nobody, no state government is willing to give a land for ranching as long as it's going to be used by Fulani herdsmen. So at this point, I think there's a need for confidence building. And another issue is, we understand that the issue of cattle rearing is personal business, though it's not restricted to Fulani, but they dominate the trade, or rather the business. So if you are doing ranching, whether at the state level, at the government, at the federal level, I think it behoves on those who are doing the business to finance it. And if they do not have the financial muscle to finance it, the federal government, when they build, it shouldn't be that they are just giving it to them as a gift. Let it be that it belongs to the federal government, and anyone using it must pay rent, must pay revenue, so that federal government will leverage on it. Because I understand that the issue of cattle rearing comes with so much value chain, but you cannot be looking at value chain when Nigerians are dying in their numbers as a result of the Fulani rearing their cattle in different parts of the country. So for me, I think before we even talk of ranching, we must deal with the issue of breach of trust. Because currently, I must tell you, nobody in the southern part of the country want to have a Fulani man as his neighbor, because of the havoc the bad ones are reigning in communities where they come to do business. The last administration of Muhammadu Buhari acknowledged that these headers come from different parts of the country, and they wreak havoc. But what is clear is, you have our security agencies at different points of entry. We have the custom, we have the immigration, who are supposed to do due diligence. So if due diligence is not done, and these people enter from all points of entry, come in, hibernate in different communities, cause havoc, at the end of the day, we are seeing food inflation. I think it's a thing that needs urgent attention, and it must be addressed as quickly as possible for us to have a peaceful environment. I must say a very big thank you for your time, and this is Satellite Media. I am Matthew. Thank you very much.